Alright folks, making another video. Got the whole family home, so it might be kind of loud, so I apologize for the background noise, but there's not much we can do at a time like this. Everybody's been stuck home for a little while, but me, I'm still going to my office, and it's a small office. That's me and one other guy. So we keep our distance, and it's a good place to work, a lot more productive. And in my business, I'm in construction. We're seeing a lot of projects getting pushed through. So we're jamming right now. We're very busy, and we're a little afraid of what's going to happen in a few months from now. But right now we're busy. But as far as the fish tank goes, I've held off on doing a video for a few weeks just because I haven't done a lot of work to the tank. But we had our first fatality due to a jumper. The tank is almost a year old, and I had a firefish. One of the first fish I put in this tank who's been in here almost a year. I found him on the side of the tank. I had gone away for the weekend and came back and found him on the side all dried up. Poor guy, rest in peace, Hector Camacho. He was one of our favorite fish too, so it was pretty sad. But since then, we put a couple new fish in the tank. The first one is this guy, the sleeper dragon goby, who's a sand sifting fish, and he's really a pretty cool fish. He's different. I haven't seen too many of them, but he's pretty. He's got kind of a clear tail with spots on it, and his head does kind of look like a lizard, sort of dragon. Kind of funky looking fish, and he is a worker. My sand beds never look so clean. He's doing a hell of a job cleaning the sand bed. He makes a bit of a mess, but you know, he's a cool fish, a cool addition. I like the color. The sort of blue around his head is kind of neat. Takes big mouthfuls of sand and gets sand everywhere pretty much. I cleaned the tank this morning, and we had a ton of sand all over the rocks and all over the corals. You could just take a look at this elegance, see all the sand on top of it. So we'll see how that works out. But all the other fish are doing good. Hadn't seen my Watchman goby in probably a week and a half, and I finally saw him this morning. I'm not sure where he's been, or if I just keep missing him. But I got one other fish, and that is a purple goby, and he hangs out back here. We'll see if we can see him. He's a neat fish too. He's little, tiny fish. He's a little scared, but he darts out, and then he goes into this head over here. He goes in one of the eyes and then comes out the mouth. And, you know, he seems to get along pretty well with the clowns, which I'm surprised because, I don't know. Usually the clowns are bullies, at least the big one is. As far as the corals go, you can see my pink Euphyllia frog spawn fell off. It's kind of hanging there by a thread right now. I haven't fixed them yet. Was hoping to move them over, to move them next to the hammer, and then put the other green frog spawn on the other side of him, just so that it would have a little more contrast. But that green frog spawn is really glued onto the rocks pretty hard. And then I've kind of switched around the corals in the middle, just because some weren't doing that good, and some were. So I'm kind of hoping to get them all going here. And then my Zoa garden was a bit of a mess. It kind of collapsed. Got home from vacation, and they were all on the sand bed. So I ended up gluing it back and then trying to put some rocks in between the Kenya tree and this trumpet coral, because the trumpet coral is a bit of a mess. You can see he's getting all burned. So I jammed a rock in there, hoping that the rock will keep the Kenya tree from touching the other guy, from touching the trumpet. There he is again, just eating away. Look at him with a big mouthful of sand. But I lost a torch coral, which is a huge bummer. I paid a lot of money for that guy. He was pretty. He was like a purple one. And he just never really settled into my tank. You know, some corals do.